What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for another episode of Kingdom New Lands, where we're doing a little warm-up for the Skull Island content. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today. I think this is going to be pretty cool. Quick little warning at the beginning of the episode. I lost all my footage, so we're not technically on the same map, but, you know, I played myself back to where we were, and so things should be okay. Ooh, we got the baker. Yay! This map has the baker! Our other map had the baker too, but you would never find out that information because I played like 2 hours in, and then my delete key promptly eliminated all that video on accident. I was doing a purge because I ran out of space on my hard drive, and as it turns out, my video software did not save this game with the prefix that I thought that it saved it with. No, it saved it with a completely different one. And so, yay. That put us right back to where we are. So this map so far, we have a knight trainer right here, the old knight. We have a baker, which is great. The baker is utterly fantastic. I would definitely use him for just about anything you can get your hands on. What the baker does is he makes it so you don't have to run all over the map to get peasants to come to you. The peasants will smell fresh baked bread and they just run to you from all over the map. It's so good. It's a game changer. It makes it so you don't have to risk your life to go outside the base every single day just to get more people onto your side. We're doing all right now. This map is going pretty well. We're a little bit behind where we were at the end of the last episode, but not too far. Not too far. On the left-hand side, we have the death portal, and we have 2 recruitment camps and 1 portal. And on the right-hand side, I haven't really explored that yet. However, we're in a good spot for making money right now, so I don't have a whole lot of complaints in that regard. Our army is going along nicely. We ran out of bunnies on the right-hand side of the field, so I went ahead and I bulldozed some trees in order to get us more access to bunnies, which I thought would be a good idea. I highly recommend that you do that in your playthroughs of this game. If you don't have enough hunting fields, you can make more hunting fields for yourself by clearing forest and not building anything on that space. A lot of people don't know that, and then they're like, how do I get money in the early game? I don't have any bunny fields. You can create your own. It's just you kind of have to jimmy rig it. And even then, there's a little bit of RNG in there. Sometimes it doesn't do what you want it to do, even though you want it to do it. But we have recruitment options. We have a lot of things going right for us in this playthrough. And so, honestly, my inclination is that we are set for a very, very good run. The best part about this is that we've basically started the game on hard mode. Anytime you start a map without any reinforcements or any stuff that you've brought with you from the previous map, it's essentially playing the game on hellish mode, the hurt me plenty mode, as it were. Maybe not like the hellish nightmare mode. I always forget the name of the last Doom difficulty. I don't play on the last difficulty because I don't like how enemies spawn, how they like come in through portals. I always play to the second highest difficulty when I play Doom or Wolfenstein. Although, actually, I like Wolfenstein better than Doom. If you're talking about, like, see, it depends if you're talking about shareware Doom versus all of Wolfenstein, I like Wolfenstein way better. But if you're talking about the full thing with Doom, I actually think I like Wolfenstein better. I think Wolfenstein was a better put-together game with regards to the map design. I think Romero did a better job with all 6 episodes in Wolfenstein than he did with all 6 episodes or whatever in Doom. By like episode 3 or 4, you can tell the maps are kind of like, they're all right, but they're not that good, whereas in Wolfenstein, the maps all felt really good to me all the way through. They all felt super unique. There's also a playful thing about the way I actually had a map book for Wolfenstein 3D when I had it as a kid. I had the book that came with it that had all the maps to all the levels. I didn't use it very often except to find like the secret levels and stuff like that. But if you look at the map design from a top-down perspective, I think Romero was a lot more playful in the design of the maps in Wolfenstein 3D. He took a lot more risks and did a lot more weird stuff with it, whereas in Doom, he played it very safe with the map design. That being said, both games are absolutely incredible with regards to, like, the map design. You're talking about 2 of the most exemplary, 2 of the greatest examples of good map design in gaming. And so, for one to be better than the other is not necessarily a slight to the other. They're both still very good map designs. A lot of people like Doom 2 better. I've never been a Doom 2 guy. I like Doom 2. I think it's fun. I've played Doom 2, Doom 3. Like, I've played Final Doom. I've played all of the Dooms, essentially. I'm a giant Doom fan. But my experience with the whole thing was actually that after Doom 2, Doom 1 actually had the best map design, especially Shareware Doom. Shareware Doom was just, like, incredible, but the reason for that, I know I'm talking about things that have nothing to do with the game that we're playing right now, but you know what? You gotta get commentary from somewhere, and frankly, we played this game before, so I'm digging deep right now. I think the difference is with Shareware Doom, John Romero knew I said George Romero, but I meant John Romero. JR knew that the shareware doom was going to be what people saw first, and so he actually designed that last. He designed the rest of the game first, and then he did the first levels as the final thing so that he had all that experience from map design on board, so that he knew that the maps that you would be getting with the shareware doom were things that he had spent hundreds of hours learning to do, so that you were getting the absolute best and the bumper crop of his experience when he designed shareware doom. Pretty cool stuff, though, to think that that was designed backwards. What we want to do is we want to get money together so that this baker right here will upgrade this tower into a bakery. And then all of the peasants on the map will just come to us. We won't have to go get them anymore. They will actually all-out sprint to get back to you. You guys got any money for me over here? Who got them ducats for me on this side? I know somebody's got something. And then we've got a couple of dudes over here. So instead of riding my ass all the way all over the world to try and find some of these little peasants out here, I'm actually just going to focus on the bakery because it's less risky. It won't get me in as much of trouble. And so we're not going to push the left-hand wall out. We might push it out to here once we have farming available. But until we have farms available, I'm not going to push it. I don't know where the shrine is. The shrine might be on the right or it might be on the left. I'm actually drawing a blank there for where the shrine might be at. That guy got himself a coin way up inside of there. Really? I'm just impressed by that. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Either that or he had a coin from before. We're going to upgrade to the wood tier right here. Normally this would give you tier 2 wooden walls. But since we've already done it, not that big of a deal. I'm going to throw a couple of bows in here because I think we have a blood moon on its way in. And I want these guys to arm up about as soon as possible. Having tier 2 walls by your first blood moon, that's A-okay. That's exactly where you want to be at. I don't remember if this tier gives us the banker, but access to the banker, if you're trying to play the long game, you're going to have the banker. So as of right now, my opinion about this game is that it's all about rush strategies. What you want to do is you want to rush to get to the next map as fast as possible. You want to clear the portals as fast as possible. You want to push for the boat as fast as possible. You just want to get the hell out of Dodge before things get worse. Because what happens is around day 25, winter comes. And during winter, crops won't grow, hunters can't really hunt, and you have no money coming in. Now, if you're playing the long game and you're trying to survive through winter, what you would do is you would use the banker who's inside the castle, and you would give the banker like 10 coins here and there, so that over the course of winter, you still have money. You can make withdrawals every single day. You can still have money. You can still make withdrawals, and through doing that, you can survive the winter and get out to the other side. But that's a risky strategy, and it's one that I don't tend to employ very much. It's a strategy that frankly scares me, and I don't like it. Ooh, they almost busted up my wall over here. Little bastardos. Hey, where are you going? Are you going to stay here in town? If you stay here in town, I'm okay with you, but we need to find the stone shrine about as soon as possible. If we can't find the stone shrine, we can't go up to the higher tier towers, and without the higher tier towers, we can't get the baker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride to the left first. And I think no, I don't think it was on the left. I think it's got to be on the right. I think I went all the way to the left and got to the demon portal. I think it's going to be on the right, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So let's ride out to the right now. We're going to see what's out this way. I haven't gone in this direction at all, not even the slightest iota. I'm going to queue that up for construction right there because I want them to knock down those trees. We're going to be focusing on expanding in a direction about as far as we can ASAP because I do employ the rush strategy. I've had more success with it. I've only made it through winter like once. Oh, well, there you go. There's our shrine. So perfect. That's going to deplete our finances. But luckily enough, we got a lot of hunters running around doing their business, making sure that the bunny fur trade is exploding on this little island. And so I'm not actually apprehensive about it. The pixel art in this game, to this day, I've played this game an insane amount. And to this day, I find myself just sitting and staring at the pixel art. The people that did the pixel art for this game just absolutely killed it. I don't know what that does, but to hell with it. We're going to go ahead and, I guess, map on up. I think that shows you the way to the next map. We've got the archery shrine right there, so that's good. We can make that happen. Actually, that's not the archery shrine. That's the hammer shrine. All right, well, all I wanted to look for today anyways was the stone shrine so that we get ourselves upgraded to the next tier, because that means we can focus on cash and making our infrastructure better over the course of the next 3 to 4 days. I will occasionally go to that camp that's right along the left-hand side of our base and grab both peasants, because that gives us one more archer on each wall. You do want to do that almost every single day. Every other day if really you feel pressed. But because we've got the baker, I'm not going to panic too much about getting more peasants because that thing will just be a peasant farm for us. We've also got the Night Trainer. Some people like the Night Trainer. I think the Night Trainer is pretty good. He gives you extra knights, but I don't tend to spend money on him, weirdly enough. He doesn't tend to be something that I dump a lot of cash into. You guys over here, how are you doing? You're doing quite well. Good Lord, you guys are making money hand over fist. Nice job, everybody. We are going to have to cut down the efficiency of that slightly in order to get our farming operation up and running. But I do think farming is a smart idea as of right now. Because we got the next tier, I'm going to go ahead and push that up. That's going to upgrade our interior walls, which is kind of terrifying. I didn't think it was going to upgrade our interior walls. But I guess I learned something today, and learning is good, he said with a tone in his voice that sort of seemed to imply that learning might not be good. We don't have any hunters on the left-hand side, and so that makes me a little bit scared. We don't have any bunny farms on the left-hand side, sorry. That makes me a little bit scared about pushing the opposite way. But fortune favors the bold, I guess. Fortune favors the bold, I assume. That's what people keep telling me. So we shouldn't get an attack today because we already had a blood moon last night. So I'm not going to be crazy paranoid about what's going on. But let's push this wall about as soon as possible. I think that will eliminate all of my bunny fields, or at least the bunny fields that are closest. You got to leave a big gap in order for that to work. And so maybe we'll get to keep a... Nope, it killed the bunny field over here. Okay. Well, let's see if we don't have the money to get farms up and running then, because if we've lost our bunny field, that's bad. However, the good thing over here is that we've got 2 farms, so up until the first winter, we should be alright. Maybe. In addition, I can sort of ham-fistedly push this through by bulldozing as much forest as possible, and maybe getting us some more bunny farms on this side, but we should well assume that basically the money that we've got for right now is the money that we're going to have. We're going to get 2 or 3 more coins back from the leftover bunnies that are still running around, but that's not a guarantee. However, we do have a chance at getting some cash right here, and so I'm going to go in like so. We'll get 1 scythe up and running. They're going to chop some trees over there, so that's all right by me. Maybe the left-hand side guys will be okay, but we do want to avoid clearing in this direction if we can, just because we lose access to our field of talent on this side, who are going to be our farmers. So worst-case scenario is we don't make any money for a day or 2, but I may have just hosed myself. For some reason, my line of thought was that... if the wall was spread out far enough, it wasn't going to kill the bunny field in the middle. And in fact, it did. That's not good. That's something that should worry us slightly. So, yeah. I'll probably save my coins for clearing forest on this side. Oh, good. Well, thank you for that, amigo. I appreciate that. Let's use some of those coins to get that going right there. And this is kind of a contemplative moment because I can really screw myself over if I deploy them out here to chop these trees too soon. You know what? Go do 2 trees. I'm going to do it. Like I said, fortune favors the bold. We'll give it a shot. We might lose 2 of our hammer guys right here, but I think I have to do this. If I don't, we might end up in trouble. We have 2 hammer guys coming out to here. Hopefully they hustle and they get this done rapidly. I'm going to watch. And if I have to, I'll dump coins on the ground to try and save them. I don't want to do that, but I may have to do that. He's firing arrows at a deer right there. Ooh, we got 2 free coins from the deer. We cannot afford to turn... We are kind of in a... We're in a low finance situation right now, and we really can't afford to turn that down. I want you guys to come back to town. Come on, everybody back to town. Yep, nightfall is coming. It's coming, and it's got a murderous look in its eye, and I don't like that very much. I like my nightfall to be friendly. You know, that warm nightfall where you go and you have like barbecues till like 4 a.m., have a little bit of party, get it cracking, make sure that things are looking good. Dude, that's some of my finest memories in life is partying in the summertime till like 5 a.m. when it's still warm out, like you ain't got nothing to worry about. Like you're still at that phase of your life where you're like 18, but you're living at your parents' house, but you have a job, so you have like disposable cash. Yeah, buddy. That was them good times right there. You ain't never get those back. Those are gone for good. Yeah, these guys lost their bunny farm for some reason on this side. I think it's when the siege engine went up. That sucks. That sucks hard. I think what I can do is I can chop this tree right here, and the camp will stay here, I think. And that might give us a shot at a bunny field. But once again, I'm apprehensive about this. If that gets rid of our principal recruitment area, that's going to be pretty bad. That's going to suck. It's going to hurt. We've got shooters in the streets right now, making sure we got no threats on this side. Lots and lots of volleys going up. Unfortunately, RNG, there we go. RNG finally decided to throw us a bone. I'm going to recruit these guys over here, and then I'm going to try to knock that tree down. So there's a dude right there. Was there two over here, or was there just the one? Looks like there's just the one. All right, we'll chop just that tree. And we're going to hope that this doesn't screw us over hard. There is definitely a way to screw over a playthrough in this game. You can definitely mess up and, like, ruin your life in this game and take a map that was playable and, like, kill it on accident. That can happen to you. What would you do if your bunny was at home crying all alone on the forest floor? 'Cause he's hungry and there's nobody to shoot him. 'Cause I want to get that bunny, then I really want to loot him. 'Cause his coins is gone. Yeah, these guys, unfortunately, they only hunt to, like, the right side of your walls. So watch out for that as a potential thing that might happen. It looks like, actually, the hermit's hut over there does not disappear. Strangely enough. Maybe there's a bunny field behind the hermit's farm? Because it feels like there's rabbits over here, and they're still shooting them. Seems vaguely plausible. Oh, there's a bunny field right there. Yay, we've solved our own problem. See what I mean? If you clear enough trees, eventually you will get a bunny field. You know, it's one of those fundamental rules of the game that if you don't have if you don't have money, plural, chop down trees. Chop down trees until there's bunny farms and until you have money. And my experience with this game has taught me that it'll work out. This is going to be a map that we really want to play hardcore farming, I think. The downside is that until farming is flowing, you get 4 farmers per field. And so that should give you 16 coins every 3 days or so. And then if you have 4 fields with 4 farms each, that's pretty good. That gets you 64 coins every couple of days. We should have a good banking establishment, honestly. That puts us in a really good position to just rush the map and get the hell on out with the boats that we have. It looks like, yeah, there's some kind of something going on over here, which is helping us out a little bit. He's going to knock that tree down right there. If you guys had time, I don't know. What time is it? You guys have time. Chop down a few more trees. Yep, keep killing trees until we get to dirt piles that are satisfactory. But, like, I like this wall right here. I don't know if I'm going to push it back much further because I like this wall. This wall is manageable and I think puts us in a really fabtabulous position to defend ourselves. And we've got bunny fields, which is great. Let's go ahead and I'm going to bump that up to the next level because I have the cash to do so. Oh, I don't have the cash to do so. Never mind that, or I didn't hold it down long enough. I don't know which one to tell you. We should get a harvest out of here tomorrow, I think, maybe. I kind of want to focus on getting the baker up and running, though. If I can upgrade one of those towers to a tier where the baker can do something, I think that's a good plan. We've also got another archer over here that's just waiting to be assigned, so we'll go ahead and do that for him. I don't have the money for the baker right now, but if I can get a bakery... Actually, I don't know if the baker only works for one side of the map. Does the baker get everybody on the map, left and right side, or does it matter what side I put the baker on? Did that get us what we wanted over here, or did it ruin my life? It's time for truth or consequences over here. Okay, we didn't get consequences. Then again, we didn't get truth either. But I can exist in a world where I don't get truth, but I also don't get consequences. That sounds like a pretty good wager to me, and so I'm just going to live with it. With the tower that we've upgraded on this side, the goal there is to get enough money together to convert that into a bakery. Once you have the bakery, the peasants don't need to be recruited anymore. They will slowly walk with their derelict asses. They'll wear their like dirty brown clothes, and they'll just walk towards your city constantly after they spawn. And since they can't be damaged by monsters when they're in like hobo mode, it means that every now and again you'll go to your town center, and there'll be like 5 people there just standing waiting for a coin, which is great. It's fantastic. It works out really, really well for you. Let's get that wall upgraded right there so that it's nice and resilient. By day 10, we want to have stone walls up. And aside from that, I'm happy with where we're at. Once these guys harvest right here, I'm going to go out and recruit a few more farmers so that we have 4 farms on this side. That gives us a big infusion of cash every 2 to 3 days that we can use to basically spurt grow our city about as fast as possible. Give our city a growth spurt there. That was probably the word that I was looking for. I don't have any money right now. So unfortunately, I think we just got to sit around. We don't have the merchant on map 4. And without the merchant, you don't get that free money every single day. With the merchant, you pay 1 coin, and then he comes back with 6 coins for like the first 8 days, I think it is. And that money actually helps a lot more than you would think it would. That money comes through clutchity-clutch. Hopefully these guys have a really good farming season out here. I'm thinking they will, because it looks like there's 3 bunny fields out here. And 3 bunny fields, that's A-okay by me. Let me go recruit a few more people. These farms, actually, they grew in today, I think. Did they? I don't know. He's re-sowing a field right there, which makes me think that something happened. Put another one in right there. And I don't know if the baker's on the next tier. I'll take it. It costs a coin to put the baker on your horse and then use him to build a tower. And so I'm going to have to wait a minute on that one. Just because that's one of those areas of uncertainty that I haven't been able to iron out in my experience with this game. I can totally throw him on the back of the horse, but I think there's one more tier after this, and then you go up to the bakery, I think. He starts doing this little jumpy, like, hobbledy dance on the back of the horse when it can upgrade, and so I don't know. You guys got a little bit of money for me. That's great. Let's put in another scythe over here because I want my farms to be fully ready to go. I want those to be earning money by day 10. We have enough archers on the walls right now to last to like day 14 or 15. We will have to push the left wall out further and kill off that recruitment zone at some point just so we can get catapults, because I think the catapults are vital in order to survive further on into the future. Like, you don't have much of a choice there. This little hermit right here from the left-hand side of the map, what he does is he makes it so that it turns a tower into a knight's barracks, so you can get an extra knight on one side in case the wall falls down. If you don't know what knights do, knights will stand behind the wall, and unlike archers, when the wall comes down, archers will run away. Knights will stand their ground to cover the retreat of everybody else that's trying to run away, and they act like a pseudo wall. Anything that hits them dies, and they have like a little AoE attack. They usually can't take much of a beating, but I've had a few situations where they're clutch enough to hold the line long enough to where my archers can fall back to the wall behind them and create another line of defense. And so they're not altogether a terrible investment. They're pretty good. They are all right. I accept them for what they are. We can also set up another farm right here if we push this wall forward ever so slightly. What kind of money you guys got for me? I know you guys got something over here. There's always that one archer who's behind everybody else who has all the money. Exactly, there he is. I don't know why that happens. It has something to do with the AI and how they push out and how they tend to hunt. You've always got that one archer who's got like a ton of money, and it's fine. It always works out great. We may want to go for tier 2 walls pretty soon. But from where I'm sitting right now, I'm really happy with our progress in this playthrough. I was worried when I deleted my footage that I was going to have to go through and do a whole bunch of stuff, and maybe I was going to end up with a bad map that wasn't going to work the same way the previous map we had was going to work, because the previous map was actually quite good. It was a really good... Oh, we're starting to get defended guys over here. We are going to want to bring our defense game up to the next level then. We're going to need a few more archers. Like 5 archers are getting it done, but as this gets worse, you can see how bad their accuracy is. As this gets worse, they are not going to hold. So, let me go. Oh, you have money. Really? He must have got a deer. A deer must have strayed a little too close to this area. Luckily enough, it's actually not that big of a deal to expand on this side. I'll go with them right there. There is another recruitment camp pretty far off to the left, but it's so far out that you can't really guarantee that anybody in it is going to make their way over here. So what I would do is instead, let's just push this wall forward so we can get the benefit of the catapult on this side. Now that we have a full farm, I'm going to start focusing on archers once again. And then I'm going to start focusing on this tower right here. We have the money to make this happen. I want a bakery, and I want it bad. And so once that's upgraded, we'll take the baker over to that side. We'll make a baker. It costs 1 coin for a bread. Well, the way that this works is kind of a cost versus reward. You pay a coin for a bread, and you can have up to 7 breads. As long as there's a bread in the inventory of the bakery, peasants from the outskirts of your town will just work their way there. They'll just slowly meander in that direction. When they get there, they take one bread and they become a citizen. However, if you can get them before they get there, they don't take a bread, and you can just leave the bread there forever, and people will just continue to cycle into your base from, I assume, all sides until things work out. I need to run over to the right-hand side and get some money. Hopefully the farms are good to go, because I need that left-hand side wall to be upgraded by the end of tonight. From there, I'm going to focus on defenses. I'm going to try and get us into a position. You guys don't have anything, do you? Oh, I needed somebody to have money over here. If nobody has money over here, I am in a deep doo-doo-ass situation. So please have money for me. Just have those wallets out. The king needs what you have, and this is how taxation works for infrastructure. I need what you have so that we can continue to be a culture. Otherwise, the ravenous hordes of whatever those weird mass things from the forest are going to come. I'm going to call them Oni for right now, because that's kind of what they look like to me. They sort of remind me of those things from, like, Princess Mononoke, or from, like, Howl's Castle, or from, like, not Howl's Castle, but from Spirited Away, where they kind of like, they're like, and they make those noises or whatever. That's kind of what they remind me of, and so that's what I'm going to call them for right now. Now, this guy right here, I think if I take him over to this side, he will make this happen for me. Yeah, there we go. And so he's building the bakery. That's fantastic. We want that. The bakery's going to make our life so much easier. Like crazy easier. Like magnitudes of difficulty easier. And that being said, I will show you the bakery, and we will call it a day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Kingdom New Lands, where we are warming up for the new DLC. I've heard the new map is really, really difficult, and so you want to go in with like a full retinue. You don't want to do it blind, and frankly, I haven't beaten the game anyways, and so I'm going to have to do that in my free time before we can see the new content. But we're going to give it our all. What are you doing over here? Why are you guys all running over to this side? Oh no, we got a blood moon on a wooden wall. That's bad. Oh no. We'll see how that happens in the next episode. Hopefully it comes from the right, not from the left. Bye, everybody.